Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled History Doesn't Equal Happiness. For some reason, it may be self-explanatory to some, but to others, what I'm talking about is in relationships. A lot of times we want to stay in relationships because of how much history that we may have with our partner, or just basically that, or a situation. It doesn't always have to be like a relationship. It could be a friendship or anything like that. And a lot of times we want to just stay in that situation just because of how much history has already been put into the situation. And a lot of times we don't want to start over. But what I want to do is give you encouragement, that if that is something that you may be going through or you may be wrestling with, just to give you another perspective as well. With that being said, what I mean by that is just because you've had history with someone or something doesn't mean that you're meant to be with that person or that situation for the rest of your life. Sometimes certain things are just a lesson. Like in school, we basically, for the most part, you go to school from 5 to 18, kindergarten to 12th grade or whatever, and then you graduate, and then once you graduate, that's it. But so basically, so with that, you can't go back to school and it's like, hey, I just want to go back to school because I liked it in school. I don't want to grow up, but I just want to be back in school. You can't do that. Like, you can't just go back to 4th grade being 18 years old. Like, yeah, 4th grade was the best year of my life, and I'm just going to go back and just sit down in my 4th grade class. Everybody look at you like you're crazy. Like, you would get arrested for something like that. And that's because you basically moved on from that. You graduated. You moved past that. And my question is, why isn't it that same thing in relationships? Yes, you have invested time. And yes, you may not want to start all the way over again. But could it be that you may have grown out of that situation? And that's something that you basically have to think about, because we want to just stay stuck sometimes in situations because, like I said, we don't want to start over. But what if it is God's way of showing you that maybe it is time to actually move on from the situation? Just because you've invested time doesn't mean that is a place that you're supposed to stay or be for the rest of your life. And you may have outgrown your partner, or they may have outgrown you. And with this quarantine, a lot of times people is basically figuring that out right now. I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am. We're not the same people as we were when we started dating. And what if this quarantine or whatever that you're going through may be a wake-up call from God, saying that maybe we should either try counseling or something like that, or maybe we have actually grown apart. Because what I've seen a lot is people stay stuck in situations or just life choices just because, like I said, they have history with something. They don't want to start over. But is it worth being miserable for the rest of your life? Is it worth arguing with someone over the same situations that you've already had conversations about, and you realize that they're never going to change from that situation? So I'm supposed to stay here because I invested a year or 2 or 3 or maybe a decade. If someone or something isn't changing, then it may be the point that you may not be meant to be. And I know it sounds harsh, I know it is, but that's life. There's no other way to say it, because I see a lot of people who are stuck in situations they don't want to be in, and they get older and or the kids are out of the house, and now you want to get a divorce or whatever, and you're restarting your life over when you knew probably like a decade ago that it was over. And you're holding that person hostage, and they're holding you hostage from actually being having the happiness that you actually want. So with that being said, it's just something to think about, because like I said, especially with this quarantine and everything that's going on in life right now, I'm seeing a lot of people getting divorced, breakups, rates are going all the way high, because a lot of times people just really don't know who they're dating. And now with the quarantine, everybody is basically stuck, or not stuck, but well, yeah, whatever. You're basically in a house with someone that you never probably knew, or you dated when you were younger, and now it's like you're older, and now you're realizing that you have other goals, dreams, and accomplishments, and they know nothing about you at all. So it may just be a wake-up call for some, and just an eye-opener for others. So with that being said, until next time, bye.